Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited to share with you 5 recipes using canned pumpkin. I just love pumpkin this time of year. It is delicious, and I have some really awesome dessert recipes using this that are super easy also. You know, if you've been around my channel, how much I love easy recipes. So make sure you subscribe if you love easy cooking as much as I do. So let me share with you these 5 pumpkin desserts. They're not pumpkin pie. I'm not a huge pumpkin pie fan, but they are all so delicious and so perfect for the fall. If you need a different version of a pumpkin dessert other than pumpkin pie, I know you're going to love these 5 recipes. So let's check them out. This is going to be a bundt cake. I'm going to start with a box of yellow cake mix. So this is super easy. I have a 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm using a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. I have a can of pumpkin, of course, so I'm adding in my can of pumpkin. I also have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. So I have 1 tablespoon of water. I'm using a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I have 3 eggs that I will crack into here. So like I said, the oven is preheated to 350 degrees, and this is such an easy bundt cake. You are gonna absolutely love it. It gets rave reviews when I make it. It's super moist, and like I said, everyone is going to love it. It will be a huge, huge hit. So mix this up really well, combine all these ingredients. I'm going to spray my bundt pan with cooking spray real good. I'm going to add in, I have 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. You can use chopped walnuts if you would like, but I'm just going to spread it out evenly onto the bottom of my bundt pan, which will actually be the top once this is all said and done. So I'm adding in this pumpkin kind of cake mixture on top of these crushed pecans. And this is just so, so good. So once this is ready to go, I'm going to bake this in the oven at 350 for 40 to 50 minutes. And it is amazing. Here it is all done. I'm going to put it on my little cake stand, and it has cooled for a few minutes. It's cooled for about 10 minutes. So now it's going to come right out. Look how pretty it is with the pecans. I'm going to make a glaze. I have 1 cup of powdered sugar, and I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of milk, and I'm also going to add in 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So it's just a really simple glaze to pour on top of this cake, and it just makes it. It's just so, so good. It keeps it nice and moist, but it's really super tasty also. So I'm just pouring it over the top, and then it will drizzle down. It'll be super pretty, but it's just a really great drizzle. So this is a huge hit. Like I said, there's the center of this pumpkin bundt cake. It's super moist and amazing. So I'm going to be using a spice cake mix for this. So I have my spice cake mix. I have my can of pumpkin, of course. This is going to be a poke cake, which I really, really love poke cakes. They are just delicious. You can add so many different things to them, and they stay really nice and moist. So I'm adding in my 3 eggs, and then I'll add in my vegetable oil as well. So I'm using 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. I'll put the recipes for these in the description box. If you want to make them, head over to the description box below, and it will have all these ingredients in there for you so that you can make this really easily. I like to make things as easy as possible for you guys because I like easy cooking. We are very busy in our house, so easy recipes that are fun and delicious is really what I'm all about. So make sure you subscribe to my channel if you love fun and easy and quick recipes as well. I'm spraying my Pyrex dish. I'm going to add this in. I'm going to bake this in the oven. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, so this will be ready to go into the oven. Kind of flatten it out a bit, and you are all set. So now here it is all done, and I'm going to use the back of I'm using just a wooden spoon, and I'm going to poke holes in here. So you can use a spoon, you can use kind of like a straw, anything circle round to poke the holes in there. So I have some caramel sauce that I have melted in the microwave, and I'm going to pour it into these little holes. So I'm using about 1 cup of caramel sauce. So I'm going to try and get this into the holes, and it's going to go all over the top also as well, and that's perfectly fine. So now I'm going to make the frosting for this. I'm using 1 cup of cream cheese that is at room temperature, but I'm going to kind of beat this and mix up this cream cheese before I add in my other ingredients. So I have 1 cup of powdered sugar, And I'm going to kind of start this a little slow so this powdered sugar doesn't just go all over the place and make a big, huge mess. So I'm going to mix that around. This is so simple, so easy, and really, really tasty. It just goes perfect on this dump cake. I'm going to add in some whipped cream. I'm just going to fold this in. In my whipped cream, it has defrosted from the freezer, so it is ready to go. So I'm just going to mix this in with my spoon. Mix this super easily. Loved whipped cream. It just makes a really, really great frosting. So this cake you'll want to keep in the refrigerator until you're ready to serve it, just because of that whipped cream topping. So here it is. I'm just going to add this all on. I will spread it over nice and evenly, but it just goes so great on this dump cake. Such a great combination with the pumpkin and then the caramel as well. It's seriously so good and so perfect for fall, or if you need to take a dish to Thanksgiving dinner. This is really, really great. So I'm adding some chopped walnuts. You can do chopped pecans if you would like. And these are it just makes it so fun, and it makes it really delicious given a little texture. So here it is, so nice and moist. I mean, look how cutting it is really easy, but you can tell how fluffy this is. It's just really, really good. And just poke cakes, I just love how they stay so moist. So I'm going to be doing a dump cake for this in the crock pot. So I have my pumpkin, I have my evaporated milk, I have my eggs as well that I will add in. I'm gonna give this a mix, and this is a really fun way to do a crock pot dessert. I really like crock pot desserts. Just dump and go, and then everything is nice and warm and ready to go when you're ready to serve it to your guests or at dessert time. So I have a box of spice cake mix, which I love the combination of spice cake mix with pumpkin. It's just a really good combo. I'm adding in my melted butter, and I'm just going to give this a stir. It's going to be crumbly, and this makes just a really, really awesome kind of topping for this dump cake. It's really, really good, and like I said, super easy, dump and go in the crock pot. So I have my crock pot. I'm going to spray it with cooking spray, and you can use a cupcake or a liner if you would like. You can use a crock pot liner to make cleanup a little bit easier, but I just spray it with my cooking spray. So now I'm going to add on top this kind of crumbled cake mix, and I'm just using my hands. I'm going to kind of crumble it up as we go and just set it kind of on top. It will, of course, go down to the bottom a bit. So just going to crumble it on, and it is seriously so, so good. So you can cook this on low for about 4 hours or on high for about 2 hours, and look how amazing this is. I'm going to add some chopped walnuts. You could do some chopped pecans also if you like. Just an awesome combo with this, and just a nice garnishment. So you can serve this with vanilla ice cream or some whipped cream, either way, or on its own, because it is really, really yummy, and I just love how it comes out warm and perfect, and it's just an awesome combo with the pumpkin. So I'm going to be making a pumpkin cheesecake. This is going to be for my crust. I have an almond flour, and I have a monk fruit sweetener, and then I'm adding in my butter. So I'm going to mix this, and this is going to make the crust. And I love making my crust with almond flour. I really like the texture of almond flour. So I have my parchment paper that I cut to the size of my cheesecake pan. And now I'm just going to pat this down, make it nice and firm and nice and flat. I'm going to bake this in the oven while I make my filling. So I have my cream cheese at room temperature. I have my sugar, and I'm going to mix this around. I really love cheesecake. It has always been one of my favorite desserts. And I love that you can do so many different combinations, so many add-ins with cheesecake. So I added in my pumpkin puree. I added in pumpkin pie spice, my vanilla, and eggs. So this is just delicious, and it's really super easy. So give this a mix, and then the crust will be done as well, and I can add this back into the cheesecake pan, and it'll go back in to be cooked some more. So here's the crust. It turns out super good. And I'm just going to add in all of this fluffy cream cheese cheesecake mixture. And like I said, I just love pumpkin desserts. They are so festive and so fun. And this is a really great just difference from a pumpkin pie. So look how awesome this is with a little whipped cream on top. Seriously, it's so good. And it's pretty healthy too if you use almond flour crust. So I'm going to do a Crockpot dessert, and this is going to be a cobbler. And it is really yummy. So spraying in my crock pot, and I'm just going to dump everything in. I have my spice cake mix that I will dump in just on the bottom, just layer it there. And I'm going to add in some vanilla pudding. This makes cakes, cookies, everything really, really soft and just gooey and so good. I'm adding in my pumpkin now, and I'm just going to kind of spoon it on top because I don't want to mix everything around too much because this is just a really great dump and go. So I'm adding in all that pumpkin into a nice like little layer. I'm going to add my melted butter on top, and this is really so easy. I mean, anybody can make this, so you can just dump it all in. I am adding in some milk as well. And it's just going to be really great. Just so perfect for fall, so perfect for entertaining. I'll give this a little mix on the top here just to mix around the pumpkin a little bit. And then this is ready to go. You can cook on low for about 4 hours or high for about 2 hours, and you are all set. This is really great with some vanilla ice cream, of course, or some whipped cream. I hope you really enjoyed these pumpkin desserts. They are a great different thing to make instead of a pumpkin pie, to mix it up a bit. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you enjoy quick, easy recipes, and make sure to leave me a comment if you have any questions. I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.